All right, it is 6 p.m. We'll call the City of Helena City Commission regular meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
City Attorney Doctor.
Here.
City Manager Lake.
Here.
Commissioner Reed.
Here.
Commissioner Rigby.
Here.
Commissioner Gustafson.
Here.
Commissioner Logan.
Here.
Mayor Dean.
Here. All right, the minutes for the November 3rd, 2025, December 17th, 2025, February 9th, 2026, February 23rd, 2026, and July 6th, 2026 meeting minutes have been submitted. Are there any comments on the meeting minutes? All right, seeing none, they will stand as submitted. Next on our agenda, we have communications and proposals from commissioners. Any communications or proposals from commissioners? Yes, Commissioner Reed.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. I was going to hop in on the last one just to say thank you to Deputy Clerk Jennifer, I cannot pronounce her name correctly, Shade, for getting the minutes. I know that was a lot, and I appreciate that we're getting caught up on those again. And then briefly, I just wanted to thank all the volunteers and participants of the Montana Women's Triathlon yesterday. It was a record year, over 300 athletes, lots and lots of volunteers, amazing event for our community. And so thank you to everyone who participated, and hopefully some of you will not only join and watch next year, but participate as well. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or proposals from commissioners? All right, seeing none, we'll move along to report of the city attorney. City Attorney Doctor.
Mayor, Commissioners, I have nothing to report.
Okay.
Thanks.
Report of the city manager, Manager Lake.
Thank you, Mayor Dean, and good evening, commissioners and members of the public. A few things for you this evening. I did want to highlight for you, I think you were notified, but the city was the recipient of an AARP grant, close to $15,000 that will be used to support projects that will make communities more livable and accessible for people of all ages. I also wanted to give a shout out to Kate Paradin. She was the city staff that applied for that funding, and so we are excited to get started on some of those projects. You may have also seen in the news that the Civic Center will be hosting Jerry Seinfeld, and I wanted to highlight the great work from staff over there at the Civic Center. Getting big names, headliners like that is not easy in small communities like Helena, and it was very much due to Byron and his team over there at the Civic Center, who have built up great relationships with our promoters over the years, so a shout out to them as well. Next, I have just a thank you for those who attended our listening session. We had a listening session on Friday regarding our public safety, and we had presentations from our dispatchers, our police, and our fire department. They did a phenomenal job of giving overviews of their departments for the public, had some great participation. Our next listening session is August 24th at 5 p.m. That'll be hosted at Brothers Tapworks, and the topic will be working with our unhoused neighbors. And so we will have some great presentations from our community development staff at that meeting, so we hope that you will attend. Next, a reminder about our long-range transportation plan. They are continuing to intake feedback. They've had a number of open houses. In fact, you can go onto their website. It is greaterhelenampo.com/LRTP. You can look at all the feedback that's been provided so far and also provide additional feedback. In addition, they have a handful of events they will be participating in over the next few months. The next one will be the Helena Farmers Market. That'll be on August 9th, and then they will also be present at the East Helena Farmers Market on Tuesday, August 11th from 3 to 6 p.m. So we hope the public will take advantage of those opportunities and also go online and provide feedback. I'm getting some great feedback so far. And lastly, for this evening, it is our once-a-month opportunity to feature our Spirit of Helena Award. Is he, by chance, in the building? Is he planning to attend? Okay. Callie, what do you think? Should we present it or postpone?
Do we want to just hold off till the end of the meeting? Maybe we can come back to this item and otherwise reschedule.
Sounds great. Okay, well,
Just so
that,
everyone gets the fanfare they deserve.
absolutely. So thank you for trying to get him here by the end of the meeting, and if we don't get him here, we will reschedule.
Set the warrant on his behalf right now. I don't know if our schedule allows us to stay till the end of the meeting.
Do we think that he's gonna?
He apparently does not have a phone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, we can just wait till next meeting, too,
Yeah.
if you think that would be best.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. Thank you guys for being flexible. All right, so that concludes my update for this evening. Happy to take any questions or comments.
Any questions or comments for City Manager Lake? If you could extend my thanks to HPD and the fire department. This weekend was a very busy weekend in our community. Commissioner Reed noted the triathlon. We had Symphony Under the Stars, giant softball tournament. There was a lot going on, and truly at every turn, there was an HPD officer or a firefighter from our fire department helping people, and I was very impressed. I think most people don't understand how much work goes into helping ensure these events happen in a safe manner. And I got a number of really, really lovely, nice compliments from the head of security at Carroll College regarding how great it is to work with both departments and how essential they are to the incident command center that exists for the symphony, and then all the rest of the events for the weekend. So just want to pass along my gratitude. All right, so seeing no questions or comments for the city manager, we will go ahead and move along to communications from the Helena Citizens Council. Chair Kuiper.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. For the record, my name is Ben Kuiper. I'm the chair of the Helena Citizens Council. Last Friday, we were out at the Art Walk, and we were asking people if they would to write down something that they felt the city is doing really well and some things that could be improved upon. And we had some pretty good responses. The entire corkboard was covered with sticky notes. And we're going to have somebody transcribe those and send those out to you so that you kind of have an idea of how people are feeling on the ground. Other than that, we have our next meeting on Thursday. That's going to be at 5:30. And we will be considering the recommendation regarding the staff levy as it's currently written, or I'm sorry, the public safety staff levy. As it's currently written, it's not showing any sort of tier or mill amount for you to consider, but as it's written, it's asking you to move forward with it. So if that passes, you'll see that probably next week if it doesn't get tabled again. So other than that, that's all I have to report.
Any questions for Chair Kuiper? Commissioner Gustafson.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. And thank you for the report. Will the Citizens Council be discussing tier levels or just the general support for the public safety level? Or
So-
can they discuss tier levels?
Sure. So generally, the way I handle the meetings is once the recommendation's introduced to the floor, they can amend it however they would like. I don't think that taking a stance on a certain tier would completely change the intent of the resolution, so, or the recommendation, I'm sorry. So that could happen.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chair Kuiper,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. We'll move along to regular items. We have no regular items tonight, so we'll move on to public hearings. Consider repealing the penalty portions of ordinances to remove the default criminal penalty for violating sections of city code and replace it with a civil penalty authorized by state law and create a municipal infraction enforcement regime. Mr. Peterson.
Thank you, Mayor Dean and Commissioners. So we are considering the second reading and the final approval of this measure, which would transition the city's default enforcement of ordinance violations and turning that into a civil penalty instead of a criminal penalty which has the potential for up to 6 months in jail. So some of the things that it would change would be faulting in the downtown district after night, which is currently punishable by up to 6 months in jail. Having the incorrect curb cuts on your driveways, not numbering your home address correctly, violating anything having to do with nuisance vegetation, things of that nature. So as part of this process, the ADA committee had kind of suggested making some of these changes. We've been talking about that with them. Then we had the admin meeting and a further outreach with the ADA committee. And I don't think there's been any public comment since our last reading on this, or I haven't had any forwarded to me. So since then, we have not made any changes to the legislation. Are there any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Peterson? Yes, Commissioner Reed.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. Not a question. I never get tired of thanking you for this. It has been many years of work by many people. I'm grateful that we are at second reading and final passage, so thank you.
Thank you for your advocacy.
Any additional questions or comments? I know you'll be very excited to see this passed and in its way to implementation, so thanks for all your good work.
Okay, thank you.
All right, is there any public comment on this item? Any public comment? Madam Clerk, any public comment online?
Mayor Dean, I have no public comment online. And just for the record, I realize that Deputy City Attorney Peterson was probably asking me to state on the record, no, the office did not receive any additional public comment prior to tonight's reading.
Great. Thank you for confirming that. All right, any additional comments? All right, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor Dean,
Yes, Commissioner Reed.
I move to finally approve an ordinance to adopt a municipal infraction enforcement regime and repeal select code sections that impose criminal penalties.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Seeing no further discussion, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Rigby.
Aye.
Commissioner Gustafson.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 5-0.
All right, we'll move on to item B, consider a resolution to vacate a portion of Livingston Avenue, Sanders Street, the alley of Block 32A of the Conrad Stafford Addition, and release that portion of previously vacated West Alley easement now located under the college, under the college building. Director Konopky.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This is the final reading for this action. Just a couple highlights of this. There are a couple utilities that requested to relinquish or to keep easements so they can get in there and to work. One specifically, Northwest Energy has some utility infrastructure or power infrastructure that they requested a 10-foot utility easement centered over the structure. So we'll work with, if approved, we'll work with the college to get those properly addressed at the amended plat. The Helena College is requesting the commission consider waiving the vacation transfer fees in lieu of the extensive right-of-way improvements and maintenance that the college has done over the years. That's the improvements over the years and the historical maintenance has added up to about $840,000. Projected cost savings to the city for the streets mentioned is roughly 271, which I think is probably a conservative number. So it's we are in favor of that recommendation or that request. The recommended motion. Do you have the? But I'll be happy to answer any questions on this vacation. This is primarily for them to ensure that they have the jurisdiction over their parking that they've established over the years. and that way they can do their enforcement and issue their permits for their students and staff in the area. If the commission is in agreement to waive the fees, that last piece of the motion is there. So the recommended motion is to approve a resolution to grant the petition to vacate the south 26 feet of Livingston Avenue adjacent to Block 32A of the Conrad Stafford addition and a portion of Sanders Street line between Livingston Avenue and Townsend Avenue, the alley in Block 32A of the Conrad Stafford addition, and release of that portion of the previously vacated west alley easement located under the college building, and waive any transfer fee. If you disagree with waiving the fee, then you just would leave off that last few words. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Director Knopke. Questions or comments from the commission? Yes, Commissioner Rigby.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. All right. How much was the transfer fee?
I believe the packet was 420,000.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. I'll just say on the record, I'm supportive of waiving the transfer fee. I think given the extensive improvements that have already happened, it's a good opportunity for us to be a good partner with Helena College, who is so important to our community. All right. Yes, Commissioner Rigby.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. Just out of curiosity for checks and balances reason, how does all that work? Waiving a fee, and then is it, if that question makes sense, for auditing reasons and legality reasons, just how does
Mayor
that
and
work?
Commission, it would be noted in the minutes here of the discussion of the previous money spent by the college. I'd just like to add that the college has been a great partner over the years. We've worked well together. Continue to look forward to working with them in the future, even with this vacated right-of-way. There's opportunities for us to partner up in the future to make sure that that area of town is the best area that we can make it between the two of us. And I forgot to mention that the representatives from Helena College are present if you have any questions for them.
City Attorney.
Mayor, Commissioner Rigby, I think that's a good question. The way I look at it from the perspective of a public trust and our responsibility, fiscal responsibility to the taxes that our residents pay, is that government's not allowed to do private endowment without getting fair market value. That's why you heard from Director Knopke about the amount that they've already paid for improvements to city infrastructure. And so when we look at it, we try to ensure that there is either a neutral impact or a benefit to the city in waiving these fees. In this case, it sounds like that is the circumstance, so I have no concern legally about waiving the fees.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Any additional questions? Okay, seeing none, is there any public comment on the vacation for Helena College? Any public comment? All right, seeing no public comment, I will entertain a motion.
Mayor Dean,
Yes, Commissioner Rigby.
I move to approve a resolution to grant a petition to vacate the south 26 feet of Livingston Avenue adjacent to Block 32A of the Conrad Stafford addition, that portion of Sanders Street lying between Livingston Avenue and Townsend Avenue, the alley in Block 32A of the Conrad Stafford addition, and release that portion of the previously vacated west alley easement located under the college building, and waive any transfer fee.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Seeing no additional discussion, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Reed.
Aye.
Commissioner Rigby.
Aye.
Commissioner Gustafson.
Aye.
Commissioner Logan.
Aye.
Mayor Dean.
Aye.
The motion carries 5-0.
All right, is there any general public comment on any item not discussed on tonight's agenda?
Good evening, Mayor and council. I'm here, my name's Kevin Hill, and I'm here to discuss recidivism, right? I've been developing a system called Zero Negative for a couple of years now, and I propose to open a reinventional facility in Montana. Not a rehabilitation, it's the same theme, but it's reinventional facility, something that looks forward instead of backwards. My facilities, Zero Negative facilities will be self-sustaining, not taking taxpayer money. I have a grant that I'm submitting and the amount wouldn't open a whole facility with land. But I want to have a CDL training school there. I got a lot of experience observing the 85% recidivism rate in the nation. And I believe that, I know I can send an email to you guys detailing what the system is. It's about drift and controlling drift. It's not a traditional teaching of what's going on now, because right now, they're building an ecosystem around rehabilitation that is absorbing it for the success rate of what's happening. You sit in a room and 2 out of 10 people succeed, 3 maybe. So I propose to start a pilot to see if I can beat the numbers, because it's time to do something with that, because it's just crazy, the amount of money and the effect on the population. And if my facility can show good numbers, I'm already working right now with participants, and they're showing good favor. So I will send an email to you guys, and if what I'm here for is, if my grant goes through, if you want to partner up, if you see the success or you see what's happening with a piece of property that I can put my CDL training facility on, then, because it's like a $650,000 5-year seed money, because I don't want to depend on everybody else. I want to teach everybody how to stand on their own. So.
Thank
With
you,
that-
Mr. Hill.
Yeah, with that said, I just want to, let you guys know, this is nothing that's going to happen right now, but probably next year. I want to do phase 1. So I don't know what the protocol is, but I will email you guys
Great.
with the, explaining because it's untraditional. It's untraditional.
Thank you.
I think you guys will.
We do have our emails
minutes.
are on the website.
Okay. Cool.
Yep, and we'll be happy to look at it, and I think our community, Miss Lake can hand you a card right there.
Awesome.
Our community development department has a map of vacant land and a bunch of other things, so happy to connect you with that.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Hill. Any additional public comment? Okay, seeing no additional public comment, any final thoughts from the commission? All right, seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.